Welcome back to the Fit Minute Podcast, Fitness for Real People. I'm your host, Gabby Mazar. On today's episode, I have Cyanne Vasquez, who used to be a client of mine years ago. She went from overweight to winning a fitness competition to now being a personal trainer herself. So we'll hear all about her journey in weight loss, all about her journey to become a trainer, and actually her journey as a trainer now. And the one thing that I didn't tell her when you become a personal trainer. So something I didn't even know I found out in this podcast. Let's hear all about her story, and I can't wait for you to hear it. So welcome to the Fit Minute Podcast. Today my guest, Cyanne Vasquez. Welcome, Cyanne. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on. I wanted to start by talking about you were a client of mine. How long? Forever ago. But I wanted to ask you what brought you to me and kind of what's led you to where you are today.
Well, let's see. I guess I could say that I started out, I was 195 pounds, and I said, I don't want to make it to 200. So I started working out on my own, and when I reached a plateau, I realized that the real goal I had, I wasn't going to be able to achieve on my own. So I saw Groupon.
What I used to advertise on Groupon, yeah.
That was a while ago.
A long time ago.
I'm so glad you're not there. You've grown. Okay.
So you bought this Groupon, and then you found me, but you had already lost some weight before then.
I did. I was doing a lot of videotape things at home.
Uh-huh.
And I was pretty adamant, but I realized I was working like a machine and not really hitting my goals.
Right.
So, I mean, I've always had like this kind of vision of what I wanted to look like. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Boris Vallejo. He's a famous painter from like the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
And he would draw these like magnificent sort of paintings where like it was like fantastical, you know, people out in the midst of planets riding on Pegasus with wielding swords and, you know, wearing like these sort of revealing but like Nordic sort of outfits and stuff. So I really always wanted to have that.
That was your goal. Your goal was to look like one of those paintings.
Yes. Yeah. I actually am at some point going to Lou Ferrigno myself and have someone paint me on one of these magical beasts wielding a sword and scantily clad outfit. And I'm going to put it right above my couch in my living room to make everybody uncomfortable. That's my plan.
Okay. All right. So that's how we started out.
That was the beginning.
The beginning of
always...
the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you wanted to you want to paint yourself in one of these paintings. And so you came to me and we were working out, and I don't remember exactly how it happened, but what made you decide that you wanted to do a fitness competition?
Well, initially, like I had like this horrible breakup, and I was like, what am I going to do with myself? I need to grow from this instead of like wallow in my self-pity and destroy myself. So,
right. Which people tend to do.
I decided to do. Yeah, it is very real. I decided that I was going to do all the things that I've always wanted to do that I didn't do because I was in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So, I started, you know, training with you, and then I met some people and surrounding myself with fitness-minded people. and that's when I met my really good friend Anna, and I love her to bits. She's my inspiration. When I saw her as a 52-year-old woman do her first competition, I thought,
You could do
no
this.
excuse.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah. And she did look amazing, especially when she got up on stage. She was so confident, and it's pretty cool to see that too. Yeah.
Amazing.
So when we went through training, what did we do? You were working out a lot.
I have to say in the beginning, I may have gone a little too hard because I really wanted this goal. I've learned, through time that that might not have been the best approach, but it worked. It got me where I needed to go, and I'm happy for it. So.
And one of my favorite stories is I do tell, and I'm going to tell it now because it's pretty funny, and I'm sure that a ton of people can relate to it. But our last workout before the day of competition, what happened?
Oh my God. Well, I have to say, the meal planning and nutrition aspect of it is extremely disciplined and restrictive. Exactly, especially leading up to the days. So I remember, I just remember I was so weak and tired, and I hadn't been eating much. I literally started crying. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
I think you were curling like 3-pound weights.
I was so weak. Like I couldn't curl the 3-pound weights. I was and I was like, I started crying. I was like, I'm so hungry.
I do tell people that all the time because it is pretty funny, but it wasn't funny at the time. It was scary because I'm like, I don't know what to do, and there's only a few more days you can make it. You've worked so hard for this, and all your hard work did pay off. You won 2 trophies.
That's great.
You won the gold in your division, and the silver in what was it? The other division. There was 2.
It was, I think, overall.
Overall,
height,
yeah.
Or I forget. I have to look at them.
Either way, so you won 2 awards, and that kind of really kick-started you into your healthier lifestyle forever, because you've lost that weight and kept it all off for all these years and maintained your workouts and maintained your healthy eating, and you've done 2 competitions since then.
Since my first competition I did 2 more,
but the 2 after that were not nearly as difficult and restrictive as the first one, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
No, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself on the first one, but it was also because it's just it was something new, completely different, and but once I got the swing of things, it's so much easier.
Yeah. Well, and you work out consistently now, and it's just a part of your life. And before, it was something that was totally, totally new, especially coming from 195 pounds to, I think, what were we at competition day, 125?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a huge drop and a huge lifestyle change to go through. And now, with your consistent lifestyle, you can maintain it so much easier, right?
Oh, absolutely. The preparation for the first show was significantly longer than my most recent show. And I have to say that my body is improving. I can see better musculature more. And I also am adapting better to the program. So.
Yeah, that's one thing that I try to tell clients too, is that, you expect these results right away, but really in the long term, so, I mean, you've been working out now, God, 7 years consistently, you can definitely tell the difference from even just 3 years ago, because it takes time for your body to adapt to, building muscle and maintaining muscle, and your body just totally changes. So, I try to really get people to understand that it is a consistent thing. It's not just something you do for a few weeks and then like that's the end of it,
Yeah, for sure.
So you just recently started personal training as well, right? How long has
That's
it been
right.
now? A year?
It's been a year, yeah.
And you love it?
Oh my God, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
such a nerd. I'll wake up in the middle of the night thinking about like plans for people, or what can I do to help with like, injuries, compensations, that sort of thing. It's a passion.
Yeah, it becomes a passion. I'm the same way. Don't worry. With my clients, they're like, "Do you wake up at night and think about this?" I'm like, "Sometimes I do." Don't judge me. But yeah, so this change in your lifestyle really catapulted you into a whole different career path. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about, what certifications did you get, and how you got into training, and, what you're doing now, and what kind of your favorite things are to do with personal training.
Well, I really enjoyed learning from you, and you've always been like a really good mentor to me. Like as I've been developing, I'm happy that I have you to reach out to. That's important to me.
Well, thank you. I don't know that I'm the best mentor in the world, but hopefully I did some good for you.
Oh, well, I can definitely say that I've learned a lot and appreciate it. But there's one thing though that you didn't tell me.
There's one thing I didn't.
No, and it was that it's really hard to maintain your own fitness when you're building your business.
Yes. I'm sorry about that. I did not tell you that. That is true. Yes, sometimes it does get really, really difficult. I know. I actually was just having this conversation yesterday that I have been so busy that I haven't even had a chance to work out on my own. And this past week I did 4 workouts. I did 2 on Monday, 1 Tuesday, 1 Wednesday, and it had been so long. And I'm like, ugh, God, I feel so much better, because you just get so distracted and you're in the gym all the time. And, even though you're in the gym all the time and people are like, well, you're here anyway. I'm like, yeah, but you don't want to be at work and sit at work. Like the last thing I want to do is spend another 30 minutes here when I've been here all day, right?
Yeah, I can completely relate.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that is the thing. Sorry about that.
my answer to your question though, I mean, as far as like certifications and stuff, I'm really grateful that I have such a supportive job right now, because I work with Equinox and they require you to do a lot of like education and then of course continuing education, and always really supportive. Even in my programming, if I have questions, it's like there's so many resources out there that helped me, and I think even just through my own certification with ACE. So.
And you're at the Equinox in Boston?
Yeah, I'm in Boston. I love it out here. Yeah, it's crazy. I love it so much. I think like when you actually, I feel like I belong. So that's good for me.
Well, that's cool. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's very different from here in Phoenix, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I have to say though, I do miss being able to just like walk out my back door and go hiking at any time of the year. That part is.
I have to say, the other day we were testing this, video conferencing, because you're obviously not here in the state with me. So when you came on, you were all bundled up, like a hat and a scarf, and I'm like, you look really cold.
And that's my sleeping bag of a jacket. It was like 11 degrees that day. So today's like 50, so I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed, which would, if I was living in Phoenix, I would probably be bundled up. But
Yeah.
living out here, I'm like, woo!
Yeah, right. So what's the difference like out in Boston and kind of on the East Coast with people and fitness that you see out there as opposed to here?
I think that people in warmer climates tend to be more fit.
Okay.
Maybe just because they're more exposed. And there's a lot more like outdoor activity, more sunshine for that. Out here, there are some diehards that'll work out and run in the snow and in the ice and cold rain, but for the most part, I see people are more driven to work out in the gym during the winter months.
Yeah, well, it's freezing outside. I don't even want to go outside, and it was like 50 this morning outside here too. So I'm like, I need a scarf. I'm gonna wrap up. I'm like, I put my clothes in the dryer before I put them on.
Oh, well, that's a good trick. You have to use that.
Yes, yeah. But because out here, you're right, out here it is much easier to just go out. I mean, even if it's cold outside in the afternoon, it still warms up enough so that you can do stuff. So I wonder, like, I go to Colorado over Christmas and I don't leave the house the whole time, and I come back like 37 pounds heavier. Not really, but
definitely exaggerated.
But you hibernate is my point. You hibernate and you eat and you drink, and the last thing you want to do is go out for a walk, right?
Well, I think like that's very true, but I think like people here are kind of used to that now, and people do. And I live in the city, so versus like suburbia, so people in the city tend to walk a lot, use public transportation, so they are on the whole more fit, I think. Especially like cardiovascular wise, but I think that we have the opposite effect where like in warmer climates we tend to have like these like hot bodies year round, but here when the weather is warm we're like out drinking at beer gardens and we're like, that's what we put on the weight. It's in the summertime.
True.
Because we're eating all the good food and sitting out at patio bars, and I think like the winter bodies is where it is because we have like nothing better to do but
but go to the gym because it's warm in the gym. That's so funny. I never thought about that. I mean, I've been here my whole life, so I would.
I mean, this is only like a year or two observation, but I'm starting to join in that process.
Well, okay, so you were saying that I didn't tell you that it's hard to keep your own personal fitness when you become a trainer, but I want to ask you, what do you do to maintain your physical fitness, and how do you get that in, and what are your favorite things to do now that, I mean, hiking, you can still do that, but it's not quite the same as out here. So what do you do to stay fit?
Well, hiking isn't as accessible, so I tend to do that like maybe once or twice a year now, which is that's not my favorite. But as far as getting to the gym and stuff, I have gym buddies that help, people who are fit-minded and will go with me to classes, or I have my swole mate, my boyfriend, so we lift together.
He works out with you? You guys get along and work out together?
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes he tells me stuff and I'm like, what? But
that's funny because now Aaron comes and works out with me, which is, I mean, it took me 8 years to even get him into the gym at all. But he comes in and works out with me. He's like, this isn't even a real thing. I'm like, it is a real thing, and just do it and shut up, okay?
Yeah, I think like he's starting to be more open to like letting me teach him stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's definitely it makes me feel like I've hit a milestone somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
Because even he's confident in what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I don't know that Aaron is confident in what I'm doing. He's like,
you got him in. You got
yeah.
him in.
I'm like, you are here. Just shut up.
It's a different side of you then, huh?
Yes. Well, you know both sides. I mean, you know the friendship side and the training side. Although they are one and the same, they are very different.
Well, I definitely, on those really like those weak moments in my training, I needed that trainer though.
Yeah.
Be like, you've worked hard. Get out there and do it.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of times people think that just because you're a trainer that you could work out on your, you're motivated to do it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are, but I know I'm not. It's so having a gym buddy or having, your partner, if you can work out with your partner, I know some people cannot do that at all. Like all they do is fight the whole time. But if you have that, then it makes it so much easier to get into the gym and actually work out. And obviously having a trainer too, trainers have trainers too. So it makes it easier for you to get into the gym and work out on your own. But I think as a trainer, you have to maintain your own physical fitness, but I like to live in reality. And I think that all my clients like to live in reality too. So, what kind of is, I know you recently had a client that wasn't seeing results, and what do you do to help get people over that hump, or, motivate them to actually make a difference or make a change? I know it is difficult sometimes because you're fighting against people's lifestyles and a lifetime of habits. So what kind of things do you do to help motivate people to make changes and to see results?
Well, I did recently sign up to do a run with one of my clients.
Oh, cool.
That was one of their goals. So, it was just a 5K, but something to be like, hey, I'm with you on this. You're not alone. And then I also make them send me pictures of their workout. I'm like, I want to see a sweaty picture of you in the class standing next to the teacher.
Yeah.
I want to know you went.
Yeah. I've definitely done those runs too. And I've had people send me like what they eat all day.
Oh, yeah.
They don't love that. I think they would prefer if you actually followed them around and just slapped food out of their hand. But they say that, and I feel like if you actually did it, they would be really pissed. But I have had a number of clients ask me that over the years, like, can you just follow me around? And I'm like, no, I cannot. And I also don't want you to be mad at me when I really do slap food out of your hand.
Yeah, I've definitely, like, one of my clients recently got married and wasn't too happy with her wedding pictures. And she said, yeah, she's like, I wish you were there in the bushes poking and prodding me and telling me how to stand. Pinch your shoulder blades back.
Oh, that's funny, but not at the same time. Yeah, if you were doing that, then she'd be like, shut up.
Oh, I'm sure of it. But, in the end, when she got her picture, she might be happy.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today. Do you have any other, do you care if I post your competition photos? I want to post your competition photos on this blog or on this podcast because I want people to see. I'll post your before and after, and then your other competition photos because they're awesome. You actually sang. Didn't you sing? Was it the national anthem you sang at?
Yeah, I got to take on another bucket list item at that same event when I got to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah,
I was definitely very critical of it, but at least I got it through it. So.
Yeah, so you were in that fitness competition and you sang the Star Spangled Banner at it too. So checking off the bucket list right there.
Yeah, exactly. I got a few in.
Cool. Well, I'm so glad that you've changed your life. I mean, I've seen you over the years, and obviously we've become really good friends. So um, I love that. And, that's one of the things too about this job too, is that you become family with your clients. It's not just a person that comes into the gym and works out. They're your family, they're your friends, they're a part of your life, and they become a part of your life forever, which is heartwarming. It feels really good to know that not only you've been an influence in somebody's life, but that they are an influence to yours too. I mean, yeah, I may be a mentor to you, but you were one of my very first clients when I started training on my own in my own business. So that you supported me when I was in the very beginning stages. And of course, I'm going to be here for you forever. So thank you for believing in me to train you. And, I'm so glad that you are where you are. It's so awesome to see so much improvement and just a change. You've changed your lifestyle, and it's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. I think that one of the things that is really great about being a trainer is that, or maybe it's just something I learned for me. It was like, honestly, that it isn't just putting people through workouts and seeing results. You have a genuine care for them as a person and for their life and the betterment of their life. So.
Absolutely. So
and that shines so through. And that's why I'm really pleased to have worked with you.
Oh, well, thank you, Cyanne. I'm so glad you came on my show today, and it's so good to see you. I'm so glad we're video conferencing. Not that anybody can see that, but it's so good to see you because it's been so long, and I, of course, miss you terribly, but
miss you too.
Good to talk to you, and thank you, everybody, for listening, and we'll see you on the show next week. So have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to the Fit Minute podcast, Fitness for Real People, with me, your host, Gabby Mazar. If you would like any more information on what we talked about today, you can find it in the show notes, or you can find it on my website, www.healthybodyworksaz.com. Please leave us a review if you like what you hear, or subscribe to our channel on iTunes or whatever platform you listen to. Join us next week to hear more stories about people just like you.